And with Paul tonight as a TV presenter who, after winning this year's European Poker Tour, used Twitter to say, "I won, I bloody won." The very same message Ian put out after winning this series. Only he used a carrier pigeon. Please welcome Victoria Coren Mitchell.
I'm hoping it isn't a question very specifically about the results, because I didn't really look at the results. I voted.
Yes.
But then I thought it's a bit like... It reminded me of when I bought a DVD of The Hurt Locker. I thought, I've done my bit. I don't actually have to watch it.
No.
The headline on the BBC website was Clegg, exhausted, red-eyed and pale. Which I thought was quite good because, you know, women MPs get so ripped apart for what they look like and their shoes and so on. Oh, at least it's happening to the men as well. Exhausted, red-eyed and pale. And is that cellulite I spot? I thought, well, you know, the boot's on the other foot, I thought.
Yes, Luis Suarez has got a knee injury. There's a World Cup coming up soon. He's playing for Uruguay against England. He's had a successful knee operation.
Well, Lewis apparently has texted all of England's players to
Yes.
say that he will be ready and fit in time.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not a doctor, but if he doesn't want a knee injury, maybe he should stop running about and kicking things.
Yeah, exactly.
I am actually, because of the next World Cup being in Qatar, which is terrible, and all those people overworked and dying and so on, I've decided I'm going to boycott this World Cup. I am not going to watch a single match. What do you think, Ian? Will you join me in the boycott? Not going to watch a single minute of football.
Yes, and it will be totally on principle.
Yeah. Ian's bafflement is giving me a terrible flashback. You can't put this in the programme because it's just not interesting, but you might be...
It might be the best bit of the show.
We're just making a new series of Only Connect, which is this slightly difficult quiz show that I make. And we had a team, lovely, you'd have loved them, Ian, very dignified older chaps. You have to spot the connection between clues, and they had the group Tomlinson, Payne, Horan, Malik. But they stood there and the clock was ticking and they're going, well, now, of course, there's Thomas Paine, of course, the great political SS, Terence Malick. Or is it Art Malik? Absolutely, so far outside their frame of reference. And I started giggling, and I thought, this is awful, because they've only got this 2.5 minutes. I was slightly in tears. I just got myself together to ask them the question at the end. So what's the connection? Tomlinson, Payne, Malik, Styles. And he said, are they golfers? You'd have fitted right in, anyway. Yeah. These are the members of One Direction. Members of One Direction.
I've just seen the connection.
Yes, two members of One Direction, Tomlinson and Malik, are alleged to be smoking a spliff in this video shot in Peru.
Well, if I'm in Peru, I think it's obligatory to smoke a joint in a car. It's in the driving test.
The Crown Prince and Princess of Thailand threw an extravagant birthday party for their pet poodle, Fufu, which, according to a former US ambassador, holds the rank of Air Chief Marshal. Of course, that wouldn't happen over here, as the highest rank a poodle can achieve is Deputy Prime Minister.
If you're going to have a dog, it should be a decent size. Yeah. When Paris Hilton is clambering out of a limousine, I don't want to see her chihuahua. I know about that, because I heard about that on the radio. They're having special parking spaces for women, which are going to be bigger than normal parking spaces.
So what happens if you park in the wrong sexual space?
I don't know.
You're getting found out by now.
They're also going to be painted.
Pink?
Pink.
Painted pink?
They are, yes. Seoul Council are spending $100 million on making the city more woman-friendly.
That's nice.
And this is part of... Do you know what else they're doing? There are other things they're doing. They're making the pavements are being resurfaced with a spongy material to make it easier to walk in high heels.
It wouldn't be easier.
No.
Wouldn't it?
To walk on a sponge?
No.
No?
Oh, no. Anyway, so listen, that's what's happening in Korea.
If
so
these are
that's the
official
parking.
things,
OK.
if that picture of a dog was put up by the Swansea Tourist Board, then they really misjudged it.
No, OK, now, OK.
Ah, is this the dog that excretes autumn leaves?
When dogs leave something on the pavement, they're going to spray it pink.
Yes.
Really?
It's exactly right.
Really?
In order to highlight the problem of
Well, this
dog
won't attract
do's.
female drivers.
Only Koreans.
It's pink!
I don't normally wear glasses on TV, but I don't normally read an autocue, and I don't yet know whether I can, so I sort of got them. And the optician said, what sort of glasses do you want? And I'd really thought about it, and I said, because I was worried about getting glasses, I want the sort of glasses that a librarian would wear in a porn film. And this optician politician who was a sort of 62-year-old Asian man. So when I'm not really familiar with... Nigel Farage has come under fire for aligning himself with a far-right Polish party in the European Parliament. According to the Daily Mail, its leader has claimed that women are less intelligent and should not vote. But if we don't vote, how will Jake win strictly? Elsewhere in politics, the Daily Star has revealed that Boris Johnson once snorted icing sugar thinking it was cocaine. He said all it did was make him sneeze. Thank goodness it didn't give him an overinflated sense of his own importance. Paul and Janet.
This is about two fish that began the whole business of...
Sex.
Of sex, yeah.
According to scientists, sexual intercourse was invented by Scottish fish 385 million years ago.
They must have been pleased. They must have told everyone, guess what we're doing?
Well, one of them was pleased, the other one shouted, what the hell do you think you're doing? This is the claim that sexual intercourse was invented 385 million years ago. Speaking for his fellow scientists, Professor John Long, who led the research, said this is the very earliest act of copulation that we know of. Mind you, they are research scientists, so they wouldn't know many. I say that lovingly. I like a celibate research scientist. Have you seen my quiz?
But surely people are less smelly now than when the Sistine Chapel was built.
No, I've got a list of smellies. Actually, I've worked with female smellies as well. But usually they have big hair, which is a plus, because you can't get anywhere near them anyway.
This is the Pope's continuing struggle with homosexuality, by which I mean the issue of homosexuality, obviously. The Observer ran the headline, Catholic Synod rejects opening up to gay people. Easy there, Synod. Just start with a couple of drinks and see where the night goes. George Clooney has said that Britain should return the Elgin marbles to Greece. Although, of course, George Clooney is not the most qualified person to speak out on matters relating to Greece. That would be John Travolta. And finally, what is a type of bigotry? Facism is the answer.
Facism?
Facism, yes. This is the US study which has found that people discriminate against...
That's a typo for fascism, isn't it?
These glasses are rather nice. I've come to return some books. My book is overdue by 3 weeks. I'm looking for the hardback section. I'm having trouble operating the photocopier. Oh, it's hot in here. Where did you go?
No, it's facism. This is the US study which has found that people discriminate against certain facial features. In a rabbit hutch in Hatton Garden, footage emerges of another daring heist. Perhaps you could talk us through the key Labour promises. I'll stop you when we've got enough.
I've got the pledge cards.
So, but you're all saying...
Yeah, I can have a look and see how we delivered it. And then is you want the
There's
other
a
one
train
too,
ticket to Reading. What does the Green Party manifesto want to ban?
The Grand National.
Yes, that's one of the things. Cheap flights, grouse shooting, foie gras, horse racing and fur coats. There goes my weekend. Time now for the Missing Words round, which this week features as its guest publication, The Racing Pigeon. It shits all over other publications. Scientists in Australia this week finally discovered that signals they'd been tracing to help explain alien life had actually come from the microwave in their lab. They initially failed to make the connection as the signals were happening twice a day, or 14 times a day when Fat Baz was on telescope duty. Let's talk about the Lincoln MP, Cole McCartney.
Cole McCartney?
He may cost us £15,000. Do you know why? It's to do with the way his name is written. He wants the Parliamentary records changed because they print his name with a small c, like this, And he thinks it should be written with a sort of floaty C, like this. And so far, it's cost several £100s to change the parliamentary records, but changing it on Hansard and the House of Commons website could cost £10,000 to £15,000.
That's because it's written on vellum, and you can't easily rub it out.
But that's absolutely ridiculous. Not on his wanting his name spelt properly, most people do, but that it should cost that sort of money to make a tiny little change on a computer system where even I don't hold myself up as a great expert in this field, knows that you can change fonts on machines quite easily. Most of us want our name spelt correctly, don't we? It's a reasonable ambition in life.
May I just say...
Achievable for most of us.
I find you extremely attractive.
My wife is in the audience.
I'm so sorry, Mrs.
Would you like the rest of us to discreetly mention it?
I don't intend to do anything about it. I just thought I'd mention it along the way. Let's talk about Sir John Chilcot.
Yeah, why not? That'll kill the mood.
We're still waiting for...
You're going to tell me you find him very attractive?
You like a man who takes his time?
This is the news that Parliament is about to be dragged kicking and screaming into the 19th century by abandoning vellum in favour of this new stuff called paper. James Gray of the Commons Administration Committee was not happy to be losing vellum. Modernisers are doing this for no proper reason other than modernising, he said, in a statement hand-illustrated by the monks of Lindisfarne. It's research that shows that accents across the British Isles are eroding to the point where some are almost unrecognisable, except for the Glaswegian accent, which is flourishing.
Oh.
Shall we play a quick round of I canny understand what they're talking about? I thought so.
If we want to split the union, let's do it.
OK. Jacob, I'm going to ask you to read some Glaswegian slang, and we're all going to guess what that means. That's the first one. It's nothing obscene, I promise.
So this one is gorn yourself.
What does that mean?
It's just... Go on, isn't it? Go on yourself.
Yes, it's just an encouraging thing to keep going.
Yeah.
OK, next one.
Well, am I doing all of these?
Yes.
There are some other people here.
Yes, but you've got the nicest voice.
I don't think anyone would say this. This is ungallant. But it would be, she's got a face like a melted whale. I have a feeling that doesn't mean she looks like Helen of Troy.
That's right, it means the opposite of that. Apparently, the rest of us are all starting to sound the same because we all watch EastEnders. That's rubbish. And anyone who disagrees with me is a slag. They're going to get a slap. This is the news from the world of athletics, that Russia has been taking the piss and systematically destroying it. The Times listed all the finishers in the women's 1500 metres final at the London Olympics, which featured 4 drug cheats, including Yekaterina Kostetskaya, who came 9th. The Russians have launched an urgent inquiry into how someone who took that many drugs could be that shit. Time now for the Missing Words round, which this week features as its guest publication Chess Moves, the newsletter of the English Chess Federation. The editor always keeps his door firmly shut because he hates drafts. Oh,
no, it could be true.
Tesco advertises for what?
Is this accountant?
It's something festive.
Fatty Christmas boy. Not Fatty Christmas boy.
I think I know what it is.
Jacob knows what it is.
I think I know what it is. I think it's for people to untangle the wires of your Christmas lights.
It is.
But I...
What
Why?
is a Fatty Christmas boy? 83-year-old Ben Bennett erected in his garden in Windsor. Put up in his garden in Windsor to celebrate the birthday.
An effigy of the Queen, 12-foot effigy.
It is a 12-foot effigy of the Queen, yes. Yes.
Why is she next to a sex offender? Sorry, I'm referring to the head rather than the man in the red. So, just in case the lawyer's suddenly woken up.
Are you sure that's the Queen? It looks like Colonel Gaddafi. Oh, don't applaud.
You mentioned poetry earlier. This was, of course, a perfect opportunity for the poet laureate, Carol Ann Duffy, to write a nice poem marking the Queen's 90th. What has she specifically chosen as her subject?
An ode to the demise of the gas meter. Because, you know, they're passing from the nation's life, and she's going to commemorate them.
We should be using some, you know, the pun, the fact that meter means something in poetry.
That would be terrific.
Yeah, you know, extol the virtues of these gas meters as they disappear.
Yeah,
Perhaps when she finishes the poem, she could give us a reading. Thank you.
I hope she's corgi registered.
A man moves to a place where there's a farmer.
Yeah.
And the farmer says, we're having a party tomorrow night, why don't you come? And the guy says, great, I'll come. But the farmer says the only thing is fancy dress. You will have to wear quite a peculiar costume. Well, the man says, that's OK, I'm happy to do that. The farmer says there's going to be a great deal to drink, there's going to be fighting, and then things will get a little lewd, there will be some rough sex. That's all right, the guy says. How many people are coming? The farmer said, it's just us.
Can I just say something? Are you doing the secretary glasses on and off thing? Because you keep taking...
No, do you know what it is?
What?
Because I'm too short-sighted to read an auto cue, but I can't then see that. Do you know, when I no, actually, I'm not going to say that. Time now for the odd one out round.
Sorry, I'm not the only one that's intrigued about what you were going to say.
Yeah, I want to know that.
I think I explained this once before, but when I didn't think the show was being recorded, and then they put it on the end. But it was when I bought my glasses. That's what I said to the optician. Because I was nervous about getting glasses. They make me look odd. I said I want the sort of glasses that a librarian would wear in a porn film. I said to a sort of 57-year-old Bangladeshi optician. He went, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's probably never been to a library.
Well, he chose well.
It is definitely time for the odd one out round. Man wakes up to discover he's bought a yak online. Yes, an American man
Is there a special button on the computer you should never press?
An American man took sleeping pills and awoke the next day to find he'd been shopping at an online company called Yaks and Things. The unnamed man cancelled the order for over $3,000, explaining, I'm not Baron Moneybags von Richfuck. We should stop using that name. Jerry Hall is Googling it and looking for wedding venues. This is the warning that Britain is under increased threat of cyber attacks from Russia. Before you get too worried, experts have assured the public that Russian cyber attacks will only be able to target 1 or 2 vulnerable TVs in the country. So you needn't worry unless you suddenly experience interference with your picture. Thanks to the Internet of Things, hackers can now target any household object which can be controlled online, including smart kettles. It's impossible to know which kettles have been compromised, as these days there are hardly any whistleblowers.
I hope that whole story wasn't made up just for that joke. Strong suspicions it might have been.
This is the news that women are to be featured for the first time on the calendar of the Dull Men's Club. 3 of the Dull women include a collector of brown signs, a devotee of barbed wire, and the curator of a pencil museum. Might sound dull to you, but what a team they'd make on Only Connect. This is Lord Heseltine, who has denied malicious rumours that he once killed a dog. The story was broken in the Tatler, which reported that Heseltine shared his house with 3 dogs. Didn't mention the dogs' names, but I'm guessing Scaredy, Trembly and Weeper. A man trying to impress girls at zoo gets in tussle with Panda. The man he fought a panda, he was left with 2 black eyes, which only made him more attractive to the panda. I'm already worried that I've made too many jokes about Theresa May and not enough about Jeremy Corbyn. Mind you, you say a bad thing about Jeremy Corbyn, you get enough shit on the internet if you're not Jewish, so... I think I'll leave it. And the Scottish Labour leader, Kezia Dugdale, was given quite an unusual introduction by Sky News' Sophie Ridge. Do you know what that was?
Again, we're live from the Glasgow Science Centre, talking to all the party leaders north of the border, and joining us in our studio now is the leader of Scottish Labour,
think that's magnificent. More labia leaders. That's what we need. That's what we need in public life. After Theresa May missed the debate, the Mirror referred to the absent Prime Minister as Chicken Theresa May. You can order Chicken Theresa May in a restaurant near me. It's thin-skinned, boneless and refuses to be grilled.
There's a new type of lighter, a pink Bic lighter, which is only for girls so that they can light candles.
There we are. What do you think, looking at these pictures? What do you notice about the differences between these two lighters?
Well, why is the lady one bent?
If you don't know. It isn't the first time Bic have been called sexist. What other product?
Well, they had the Biro, didn't they? But this is so they're doing the same thing again.
Oh, it's actually called Miss Bic.
This is the news that Bic have been branded sexist for releasing a lighter just for women. I think a lighter just for ladies is a great idea. I use one to light my celebratory cigars when I win poker tournaments. The exam board OCR apologised to students after asking a question about Tybalt in Romeo and Juliet. It's no wonder the students were upset. A couple of marks either way in a Shakespeare exam could mean the difference between a B and not a B. Man accidentally buys his girlfriend lettuce instead of flowers. This is a man in Houston who thought he was buying a bouquet of flowers for his girlfriend. Actually, his girlfriend loved the lettuce and later that night took him upstairs and radished him.
Oil!
Oil, no longer a dirty word. According to Oil Installer, oil is no longer a dirty word. Well, that depends on your point of view. For some, oil is refined. For others, it's crude. Big birds are more likely to be faithful. Scientists revealed this week that birds with small brains are associated with promiscuity, with females being the guiltiest of all. According to the research, the albatross was the most faithful bird, followed by the guillemot, while the common shag was what they called the sparrow who lived opposite. There's so much talk about porn on the internet. What kind of person has never looked? I've caught Ian Hislop's eye.
It's enough that he stars in them. Doesn't have to write Busman's Holiday. Busman's Holiday.
There's a brilliant statistic here. How many times did someone in Parliament try to look at porn in 2013?
28,000.
5 million. Really high.
It's 354,902 times trying to look at porn. Although last year, that dropped to 113,000. Well, I suppose Boris Johnson was travelling more, wasn't he? Yeah. With the new job. This is the collapse of Theresa May's cabinet due to sex, corruption and incompetence. Priti Patel apologised for secretly meeting with the Israeli Prime Minister, admitting that initially she and Benjamin met on Yahoo. Other famous individuals are named, not just Lewis Hamilton. What's Bono done?
Oh, he bought a shopping centre?
He bought a shopping centre in beautiful Lithuania. Here it is.
Via a holding company in Malta.
I've actually been there. I spent...
What, to that shopping centre?
Yes, I spent ages trying to shop, but I still couldn't find what I was looking for. These are the Paradise Papers, highlighting the tax irregularities of the rich and famous. Rock star Bono features in the Paradise Papers for hiding money in offshore accounts. But it's incredibly hard to trace the addresses of U2's offshore companies, because where they're located, the streets have no name. This is the news that sheep can recognise faces. On the whole, the sheep stepped forward to receive a reward when they recognised a celebrity, though obviously they all ran away when they saw Alan Shearer. What do you want from a night out?
What are they playing, Victoria?
Pontoon, I think.
Pontoon?
Yeah.
Poker.
Yeah.
They're playing Texas Hold'em, although the flop's been dealt very badly. That's what happens when you have squirrels as dealers. On which note, we say thank you to our panellists.
We're not finishing on that note, are we? That's just done forever.
I bet it'll be an earlier note.
I'll give you another note here, and then you can say on which note.
On which note, we say thank you to...
Heidi, hey!